Mark sees the challenges that we have in our communities, and he finds ways to fix it.
And you've got somebody that's persistent and diligent and knows it's always going to take longer than you think, and who is really a problem solver. That's Mark Smith to a T.
With projects and properties in 6 time zones, few people have had the kind of impact on communities as Mark Smith. Born in Denver in 1952, Mark grew up in the area before going to high school and college in Florida. An early overachiever, though, Mark petitioned to get his real estate license at age 18.
So then I go to one of the brokers that comes in there all the time, and I said, I want to sell real estate. And I'm, got this baby face and I'm 18. I had a deep voice, which saved me.
Mark worked with Harry Frampton on the East Coast, and he convinced him to come to Vail in the early 1980s.
I said, I'll stay for the year, and then, that's 40 years ago, so.
After working at Vail Associates, the pair formed East-West Partners in 1986 and became the major force behind the development of Beaver Creek Resort. They followed with Frampton Smith Real Estate, which became Slifer Smith & Frampton, the leading independent brokerage firm in Colorado. Known for developing the finest resort towns, East-West Partners saw the potential in downtown Denver.
Mark Smith was really one of the first large-scale developers who got what a lot of us lower downtown people were trying to do in terms of a walkable village downtown, a city within a city that would be residential first, and then the restaurants, nightclubs could come later. But you had to focus on making a pedestrian community where people could walk around and there was mobility, but people first.
It didn't look like a very good place to build a housing facility, especially a high-end housing facility, but that's what Mark did. And he changed the face of that entire area.
Together with Continuum Partners, East-West formed the Union Station Neighborhood Company, creating a powerful economic engine and transportation hub. The project was key in bringing this historic landmark back as the crown jewel of the city.
Mark Smith and Mark Falcone together took on this notion of how do we make this station the nexus, the connecting point for all the transit coming in, get all the people coming into this same space, and then make it a great space.
It's very rewarding to take a little stroll through the neighborhoods you've actually completed to remind yourself, of what the end game is. I'm grateful that it was conceived through the careful hands of Continuum and East-West, because it really does work very, very well.
And the landmark structure that's become a focal point for connecting Denver City Center with the West Denver neighborhoods is the iconic Millennium Bridge.
That bridge became a beam of light that showed people the future was going to be bright.
We served together on the authority board to build the Convention Center Hotel, and that hotel had missteps for many, many years. He really helped us figure out what was going to make it work.
As a community builder, Mark founded Youth Foundation, now Youth Power 365, to help youth in the Vail Valley reach their full potential.
So I take one of the old vans with 100,000 miles on it or something, we get it painted, and it became the magic school bus, the magic bus. And we had people would volunteer, and it was really fun.
He travels, he brings that back and adds value again to what it is we're thinking about in Colorado.
He's a movable party. In other words, he loves sports and culture and music, and he's never far away from a good time.
The evolution of downtown Denver over the last 20 years, it's hard to imagine someone who's had a bigger impact on that than Mark Smith.